Everybody, this is Tracy with the Oasis for Natural Healing. So, what I want to do to get tonight is kind of talk to you guys um a little bit about the corruption that our government has, and mostly like about our what's going on with our medical system. So, one of the big things is that Western medicine, like, it's great for emergencies, and I'm not saying that, but it's really designed to keep us sick. And it's actually stated out in plain sight for everybody to read. They don't pay out um, because, first off, if they pay out and for holistic practices, then that's money out of their pocket. They don't want to get you guys well. That's not the goal of Western medicine. And it even states in Medicare guidelines 2251.3 or section 2251.3. And I'm going to read it right to you guys. A treatment plan, and they've revised it, which says chiropractic care. Okay, so they now are just like mentioning it towards chiropractic care, but well, like prior to revising it, this is what it states. A treatment plan that seeks to prevent disease, so prevention, disease prevention, promote health, prolong and enhance quality of life, or maintain or prevent deterioration of a chronic condition is not medically reasonable or necessary and is not payable under the Medicare program. So let me read that again. So this is Medicare guidelines. A treatment plan that seeks to prevent disease, promote health, and enhance quality of life, and you can look this up, or maintain or prevent deterioration of chronic condition is not medically reasonable or necessary and is not payable under the Medicare guidelines. Yeah, take that in for a second. This is what Medicare actually states. So that means like anything to promote your health is not payable. They will not promote that. Why? Because they basically kind of want to keep you guys sick. That is what Western medicine is actually like kind of designed to do. So medication, again, like in an emergency, absolutely. An ER should be just that for emergency purposes only. And there's going to be times and places where, yes, you need band aids. And I'm not saying that. But we really want to kind of prevent issues in the first place. And it's not payable because it's not lucrative. If I fix you, then you are not caught in the Western medicine field and you're not needing a whole bunch of medications. So then you get to live a long, happy life without needing much medical intervention. But if I turn around and get you hooked onto medications or needing medications, right? Blood pressure pills, anxiety medicine. If I get you hooked onto cholesterol medications, oh my gosh, look at the side effects from these guys. Like really look at the side effects. I bet you half of people who ever are on medications, half of their like symptoms are from their medications. You get rid of the medications, and I bet you there's a ton of symptoms that will improve or go away completely. Why? Because first off, medications are a chemical. It's a toxin. Your body views it as a toxin. Second off, if I put you on a whole bunch of medications, then what happens? Then you need more medications to handle the side effects from the previous medications. Like, how many times have you guys heard of that? Like patients needing, more medications to handle the dizziness or to handle the headaches or to handle whatever, or the joint pain, or whatever from the other stuff. Okay. So you wind up in this downward spiral of needing more and more medications. One of the things that, I want to talk to you guys is like how to get out of that rat race and to help improve your health naturally. One of this is food. Our food is very, very important, and what we eat is just as important as, detoxing and parasite cleanses and all that stuff. So, cutting out sugar, mm, Lowering your carb intake is really important. Um, Increasing your healthy fats and your healthy proteins, that's going to be a big key. These are all important for your health. Sugar causes tons of inflammation. Making sure that you're eating grass-fed beef and grass-fed, you know, th- uh, things like that. Making sure that you're wild caught fish instead of farm raised fish. Pasture raised chickens. Okay. That the eggs are not just cage free or range free, but that they're pasture raised eggs. So, what you eat is very, very important for your overall health. Non GMO, organic as much as possible. These are really, really critical. So, what you eat is very, very important. So, that is going to play a big, huge part in your health. There are tons and tons of people that are reversing autoimmune, chronic pain and inflammation, actually going keto and carnivore. Reversing so many symptoms. And it's truly amazing. When you give the body the nutrients that it needs, it can heal. It can do its job properly. When you get rid of the toxins, when you get rid of the parasites, when you get rid of all this other stuff, your body can actually do what it was designed to do, which was keep you healthy and keep you alive. Problem is that we have so much in our way of our body's way of self-regulating, such as all the heavy chemicals, all the heavy metals, and everything else, that the body cannot function and do its job as naturally as it should. One of the ways that you can help, even with the detoxing process, is making sure that you're eating a healthy diet. And again, lower carb and or carnivore, and getting rid of grains, or at least grains in the United States. If you're going to have grains, I'd probably import them from Europe, because at least, I'm sure you've heard of this, people can handle bread from Europe, but they can't in the United States. It has nothing to do with the bread or the wheat. It has to do how it's processed, and, is it GMO? Is it organic? Our wheat is tainted in the United States. That's why even eating organic and wheat here in the US is completely different than eating wheat or breads in Europe. So if you're going to have wheat, try to buy flour that's imported from Europe. That'll help out quite a bit. Um, but that's one of the big things that you can do to help your health and get out of the rat race. One of the other things that, and I was talking to a patient about this, people complain, you're paying for things that are designed to keep you sick. And people might not like what I have to say, but you're going to pay for things one way or the other. Okay. So people, complain about holistic health care because they say that it costs too much money. They say that they have to pay out of pocket. Why doesn't insurance pay for it? Well, you just heard why Medicare doesn't pay for it, because, doing things to prevent illness is not payable and they don't think it's necessary. Prevention is not a lucrative business. Not for big pharma, it's not. So they don't pay for things. So, yes, you do have to pay for out-of-pocket expenses. But let me ask you, or like for holistic healthcare. But let me ask you this. So you're gonna have to pay for it one way or the other. It's just, how do you want to put your money? So you spend money on, you spend money on insurance. You see a whole bunch of doctors. Are you really getting better? Are you really, really, truly getting healthy? Or are you just masking your symptoms? Are those if you say yes, that those doctors are really, really, really helping me, and Western medicine is really, really, truly helping me, then by all means go for it. Hey, great. More power to you. But if you continue to, seek Western medicine help, if you continue to go down big pharma, if you continue to do those things, all the testing, all of the things, because your insurance pays for it. So you're going to do it because your insurance pays for it, but it's not getting you any better. Is that really worth it? First off, you're spending monthly payments. to keep health insurance. And then let's not forget the deductibles. Some people's deductibles are $2,000, $5,000 a year before their insurance even kicks in. So my question for you is do you want to pay? 'Cause again, you're going to pay for it one way or the other. So do you want to pay for the deductible for something that's not getting you well, or put your money towards something that will get to the root cause of why you have your symptoms and then help you get out of this rat race and this hokey thing that we call the medical system in the US? So, because I can guarantee you that this medical system is like doomed. It's not good. It's poorly done. It's keeping people sick. It's just nobody's getting any better, and people are just getting worse. And I mean, I remember being a nurse practitioner, like, and working in the Western medicine, and people would be on like 10, 15, 20 like medications. I'm like, dude, like half of their issues were because of all the medications that they were on. And like nobody questioned it. Nobody. And it was just ridiculous. I saw this, and half of their symptoms were because of all the side effects. "Well, I need to take this medicine." I'm like, "Do you really?" I'm like, "Can we decrease?" People were afraid to come off their medications. I'm like, "How about we try something that's gonna work with your body a little bit more naturally?" People forget that herbs and whole food supplements actually a lot of things were are able to do the same things, but naturally, and your body can work with it. Like hawthorn. Hawthorn berry's great some of these stuff has a lot more benefits to your body than just for heart. But like hawthorn is great for lowering blood pressure. And okay, so disclaimer that, unless you're under the guidance of a holistic care practitioner or you bring this up to a holistic care practitioner, you should be kind of like you shouldn't be doing this stuff on your own because, I don't want somebody doing that and then all of a sudden they bottom out their blood pressure or whatever. But blood pressure, I've gotten so many good results by lowering blood pressure, using hawthorn. St. John's wort. Not only does that help with anxiety, but it can actually help with heart arrhythmias. It can help with nerve pain and so many other benefits. A lot of these herbs people forget have really good healing properties and can help balance out your body naturally rather than having all these side effects, from, synthetic medications. But it doesn't pay. It doesn't pay big pharma. It doesn't keep you sick. And again, you're either going to pay for it now or you're going to pay for it later. Whether it's lucrative or you're going to pay for it when you can't do certain things or when you're missing out on activities with family. You're never going to get those memories, those wasted memories or lost memories back because you were too sick to participate. You're never gonna be able to get that time off of work back. So those hours, those non-paid days off, you can't get those back. It's potential money that you've lost because you're not feeling well. Or the activities that you wish you could do that you can't do anymore, you're not gonna get those back unless you're willing to change something about it. And yes, that means that possibly paying for something out of pocket and holistic health, whether it's me or somebody else, but this is the reality of things. And if you really want to truly get your life back, you got to change something and stop putting money into things that are keeping you sick. I myself had to make that decision to break away from the mold, to get my life back, to get my health back. When I hit 40, that was the first time in I don't know how long since I was a kid that I was medication free. Well, 40, 41, something like that. 40, 41. So over like 35 years, I was on some sort of meds, whether it was allergy shots, allergy medicine, like things to balance my hormones, asthma medicine, um, oops, sorry about that. Antidepressant medicines. Um, yeah, 35 years I was on some of this stuff. And I was in the same boat and I had to make a decision. Do I want to pay for things out of pocket to get myself better? But we have that convenience called a health insurance. And just because we don't necessarily see it up front, like on how much we're actually spending, it's hitting us, and if you're going to the ER, or some medications are not covered by insurance. Like I know some medications cost thousands of dollars a month, or at least a good $500, and people are paying for that, and they're going to be on that forever. Like, it's not designed to get you off of this medication. So think of how many months and how many years and how much that adds up. That's a lot. That's a lot. And by paying for holistic healthcare, think of how much money you'd save just from that. And there's tons of medications out there that cost several $100s a month. And some people are on not just one, but two. But yet they say they don't have money for holistic healthcare. It just it mind boggles me. And one of the things that we do, you know, um, and if you don't want to do like something virtual, you can just message me, and I have colleagues all over the place. So I can easily refer out. That's not an issue. I'd rather you guys see somebody that you can trust or whatever, or even if it's not with me, like go find like a good holistic homeopathic physician. So somebody who can get to the root cause of why you have your symptoms, that don't just say, oh, yeah, you have a thyroid issue. Here, have a pill. But why is your thyroid off balance? Maybe you have food intolerances. Maybe you're eating foods that's causing inflammation. Nightshade vegetables is one thing, that can cause inflammation within the thyroid. Maybe you have parasites, or maybe you have undiagnosed Lyme, or maybe you have been exposed to mold and you have mold in your system and in your body that's causing some of your hormones to be imbalanced. So why do you have your symptoms? Why is that organ not functioning optimally? Don't just look for like, okay, yeah, I have a thyroid imbalance and that's it. Look behind and find the why. With the proper muscle testing techniques, we can find that out. We can find out what supplement, not only the why, but then exactly what supplement your body specifically needs to get rid of the underlying cause while giving nutritional support. So, and we have in person and virtual appointments. And if you're kind of questioning on how the virtual appointments work, how can I do this virtually? You can, call for a 10-minute discovery phone call, and it's free. And we'll kind of discuss the how and the why and all that stuff and how this actually works. But yeah, I have patients across the country that I've never seen in person. I'm in the Chicagoland area. By the way, it's kind of cold up here. But I have patients in Texas. I have patients, Arkansas, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, like all over the place. So if this is something that you are interested in, give us a call. 708 554 6730. Would love to talk with you, answer any questions that you may have. But yeah, and again, like I said, regardless of whether you continue with me or do anything with me or not, look for another holistic practitioner that you feel comfortable with. Don't just stay in the rat race of everything and keeping your body sick. And prevention is the key. Don't wait for the check engine light to go off, aka your symptoms. Start doing a detox now. Start doing a parasitic cleanse now. Don't wait for symptoms. By the time you have symptoms, it's been building up for a while. The whole thing is to prevent issues in the first place. Have a good night.